50 years ago next month, the U.S. Navy suffered one of its worst disasters in submarine history when the USS Thresher sank, losing all on board. And a North County man still feels the impact of that disaster on that day in April 50 years ago.
10 News military reporter Bob Lawrence with how he narrowly avoided becoming a casualty.
It was the first of its kind.
Getting ready for a 50-year memorial service, Bob Miller of Vista has been poring over mementos. He was actually standing on the submarine when it was launched.
This was the Thresher on 9 July 1960.
The Thresher was the first of its kind, designed to go faster and deeper than anything before it. But on April 10th, 1963,
Thresher came to rest on the floor of the Atlantic Ocean.
it was on a dive when a weld on a pipe ruptured, flooding the engine room and dooming all aboard.
There's 77 guys on there that I knew personally.
Miller, seen here in a photo from the 60s, was in a car with 3 others when he heard the news.
The 3 other guys in my car, and they come on the radio that the Thresher had sunk, okay? And I just blacked out.
An electronics technician, Miller had opted to go to an advanced school.
If I hadn't have said, let's go to B school, I would have been on the boat.
Among those he knew who were aboard that day was his best friend.
There he is, George Keysucker.
He was nicknamed Pappy because he'd been in World War II. After a search of the ocean floor some 5,000 feet down by the Trieste, the conclusion was that Thresher had imploded. For years afterward, Miller felt helpless.
Because I kept thinking, maybe if I had been there, I could have done something that would have saved it.
He realizes now that the crew did what it could, and that what came out of it are the submarines of today. Bob Lawrence, 10 News.
Miller was among 10 others who, for one reason or another, were off the submarine that day. More than 1,000 are expected to attend next month's memorial.